Hey guys, I'm Infamous Kid. I want to do a very I would try to make it quick, but I think it's going to end up becoming longer than I intend, so we're just going to see. I want to make a simple video on all the different legends I play, and for those of you guys who don't know, I'm actually somebody who mains one legend from each of the different categories. Now, most of you guys that have seen some of my content on YouTube. And for those of you that are people that are from my Kick streams, I've also stream on Kick from my people on YouTube. Um, I am a support by default, and I'm a Loba main. But I do like to change things up every once in a while because after so many kills on Loba, it gets a little tiring playing the same legend. Like if you're somebody who can just main one legend for the rest of your Apex career, I mean, good luck to you. But for me, I no, I can't do it. But I like to main one legend from each of the different categories, and the reason being is because I want to see what legend from each of these categories I can usually flow with. And by default, I'm a support. I love Loba. Like the first time I saw her when I first started playing Apex, I immediately fell in love with her kit, and the rest was history. But after a while, I started experimenting with some of the other legends, and when it comes to being a recon's my second choice. I'm a crypto main. Like I was maining crypto before the fucking perk system, and when he got his uh active camo perk. And I've been learning to get better with him ever since. It's funny because like all the tips and tricks that all the different crypto mains like to give to one another. Because here's the thing, a lot of the different crypto mains they will keep track of all the different things you can do with crypto. Because he is like a high skill ceiling legend, and for me, like I've just been trying to learn from them as best I can. The most important thing was learning how to do the healing and drone thing. Like, okay, so people got on my case about not on needing high IQ cryptos to teach each other things like the healing and the drone trick. See, the reason why I said something like that is because here's the thing: not everybody knows things about crypto. Like you guys have to remember, crypto has been one of the bottom of the barrel legends for so long that people do not care to even learn cool little tricks about him. So when I tell you that the high IQ cryptos know things about crypto, I mean it because everybody else doesn't really know crypto's true potential. So I'm just telling y'all right now, there are a lot of people that didn't even know you could heal in the drone. Significantly, a lot of people didn't know you could heal in the drone. It's not until I've actually shown people it while playing rank that they're like, "Wait, you can heal in the drone while with crypto?" Yep, pretty much. My second choice, which is controller class, I am a Rampart main. I used to be a Caustic main. I used to be a Caustic main, but the reason why I switched off a Caustic to Rampart is because I dropped. I was testing out one of the buffs with Sheila that they did to Sheila after making Sheila mobile, and all I'm gonna say, guys, is that after that little tiny buff, because this is a tiny buff that they did to Sheila to make it to give her some quality of life improvement, and whew, I dropped a fucking 3K damage game when I did, and understand, guys, I'm a very passive aggressive player, so for me, a 3K is technically a 4K for someone like me. I know that's crazy because a 4K is a 4K. Like, what are you talking about? But no, for somebody who's passive aggressive to not who's not really into pushing fights like that, like I've gotten a little bit more aggressive because I realize sometimes you have to learn to capitalize on shit. But for most of the time, I'm usually just the sit back, relax, and sniping people kind of guy. Or if I do like push up, I'm very cautious when pushing up. I don't want to like fully commit in case something happens. That way, if I can, I can just immediately back up and reset. And with Rampart, I don't know what the hell broke inside me. I was doing the full Rampart setup. I was a Titanfall warrior. I went and said light machine gun, a fucking SMG to back me up, amped cover everywhere, Sheila everywhere, LMG, intensified LMG everywhere, intensified anime protagonist screams everywhere, and I just dropped 3k damage out of nowhere. And when I say intensified anime protagonist screamed, I mean it. Like, I let out the full anime scream when I dropped this 3k damage. I was angry. I was doing my Shiv FPS impression. But yes, uh, that happened. For skirmisher class, I am a Horizon main. I know. People are gonna be like, "Oh, you filthy animal." Believe it or not, the reason why I main Horizon is much less because of crutching her abilities and more because of some of the previous shooters I've played handle like her abilities. And so because of that, she's more of like a comfort pick rather than a crutch. Here's the thing though, guys, because of the way Apex handles movement, I actually don't run Skirmisher that often. So you will barely see me play Horizon, and if I am playing Horizon, usually that means I'm pissed. If you see me playing Horizon, that is an infamous kid out for blood sort of ordeal. You don't want to meet me when I'm like that. It's literally like the Hulk. You don't want to see me when I'm angry. And lastly, for Assault class, I'm a bang main. You learn tips from the king himself, Shiv FPS, one of the greatest bang mains of all of our time, in my opinion. I recently heard about Shiv having his little problem with his hands. I do hope the best for him, truly. But I'm a Bangalore main through and through. I've tried. I do have alternate picks for each of these characters. However, one of my alternate picks is about to get moved out of skirmisher class and into recon class. I'm probably gonna have to change it up soon, because here's the thing, guys. As much as I love playing each of these legends, I do have a quote unquote second squad, if you will, and that is Newcastle, because I've noticed Newcastle originally it was Mirage. Originally it was Mirage, but Newcastle I can play him uh, for support. And keep in mind these are guys that I can play. If it wasn't for crypto, I'd probably be on Vantage, maybe Seer, but more than likely Vantage because that's Sniper Man. Also the movement. Again, I was previously a Caustic main, so I probably would just end up going back to Caustic if Rampart wasn't here. If Horizon wasn't here, I'd probably go for Valkyrie. I'm not kidding, because that rotational ability with her is just too keen. However, I heard recently that Valkyrie's getting moved out of Skirmisher into Recon, so, Crypto or Valkyrie. Either or. Um, The reason why I don't play like something like Wraith, Pathfinder, or Octane is because I actually have motion sickness in Apex whenever I play, and I know a lot of you guys are thinking, wait, motion sickness? Wouldn't that mean that every time you get on Horizon's queue, you just get ready to throw up? Yes, yes, yes. Here's the thing, because Valkyrie's ultimate happens in third person, and I'm guessing it's just because of third person versus first person perspective. Like, Valkyrie doesn't affect me. It's only from first person characters. Now, I'm probably gonna have to mess around with skirmisher class and maybe alter, because alter alter I want to say she probably could be my thing because she's a more grounded legend, and I kind of have taken the time to understand her kit a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with the switch up. Pathfinder gives me motion sickness. Wraith. So here's the thing. Even though Wraith technically wouldn't trigger my motion sickness, the only reason why I don't play Wraith is because her abilities do not fit my playstyle. Like, as much as, and her tactical going into the void is basically invincibility while moving. I get that, but for me, I'm just not like with every other Wraith main who can like get it just right, who can pop these things and get it just right. Octane, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I've tried Octane. Jump pad is gonna give me motion sickness, and his stims. It's either you upgrade his tack or you upgrade his ultimate with his perks. And while the less stim damage is pretty good, especially if you got to stim across the map to escape a team that's just fucking hard chasing you, I just not feeling it. But yeah. And as for Revenant, I don't care what anybody says. Toss this man's back into assault class. He's not a skirmisher. He does not deserve skirmisher class. He deserves assault. He is an assault legend with his new perks. Like, here's the thing: the upgrade they did to Revenant's passive, where you can now see enemies who are low health. That low health perk, like I know this was a add-on to his original tactical, but that just makes him more of an assault legend. His ultimate makes him an assault. This is the only part of his kit that makes him a skirmisher. Now, guys, for me, I'm actually going to get into what I deem are the best perks for all my legends that I main. Horizon's going to be tricky because I've heard from a few Horizon mains that or at least some people in the community that are trying to think of what are the best perks for Horizon. Some people will say battery, some people will say grenades, and you would think, why grenades? Well, it's for the Horizons who like to do some grenade spam on their ult. That's why they say go for the grenade perk. And it's not like you're not going to open a fucking death box and find batteries in it. So, yeah. Rampart, this might be controversial, but I'm actually somebody who goes for Rampart's Bandolier perk. And I know you guys might be thinking, well, why is that? Well, I'm actually going to fire up the firing range and go through these perks in more in depth to show you guys why I do this. The reason being why I go for Rampart's Bandolier perk is because of backpack efficiency. Like, if you're a Rampart main and you get into a fight, and I know, and like this is actually going even past the fact of Rampart just needing
better than an LMG.
Of using an LMG, like. So let me show y'all. Let me just show y'all. If you have an LMG, you're gonna be my loadout. I actually have loadouts for each of my legends, and I'm gonna probably do that in a later video because like I have a ranked loadout that's meant for each of my legends. And my thing is, I'm not the type of person who likes wasting a kit. So, like, for Rampart, because she's so good with LMGs, I would probably have an LMG in my loadout. And that LMG, of course, is the Rampage. Some people like to dog on the Rampage, but guys, this is a fucking monster.
Leveled up? Ha! I'm getting to mod me. Can't forget the upgrade, though. Upgraded and ready to take him for a test run.
As a matter of fact, let me...
That was awesome!
Yep, sorry. We all need a bathroom break.
Let me just do this real quick.
Wicked! Got me an upgrade, mates. Must have leveled up.
So, guys, here you see, like... Actually, let me do this. You see 4 stacks of ammo. And for the sake of argument, let's go for... dual beaks here. See, 4 stacks of ammo, 3 stacks of shotgun.
Upgraded and ready to take him for a test run.
There is a tips video that I watched on ammo efficiency in Apex, and what I learned from that is that you want to have, for your primary, 3 stacks, and for your secondary, 2 stacks. That way you can carry more batteries, more everything, and as you get backpacks, you will slowly start to get more room.
Right. Time for an upgrade.
For meds.
I only chewed his gum for so long.
And then on top of that, guys, on top of the ammo efficiency for Rampart, like, let's say you get, let's see, that's 6, 1, 2, 3. I get my hands on gold gold backpack as Rampart. Look at that, even more room. I can now carry an extra Phoenix kit.
Time upgraded and better than ever. Max level.
And on
Also
top
very
of
proud
that,
of
now
you.
you have room for grenades, which are also very important. A lot of people like to sleep on grenades. I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on grenades. You know, being able to carry an extra thermite as Rampart with the Rampage. Rev this puppy up. Look at it go. Hey, buddy. My dog disappeared. Hey, how are you? But as you can see, I've barely cut through my ammo because I used the backpack perk. And imagine this, Akimbo Mozams. The Akimbo Mozams being the way that they are, you're basically able to ammo a lot. And keep reloading, keep reloading. As you can see, like, even though, yeah, you don't really need that much ammo for a shotgun, as you can see, carrying those two stacks makes it so that you never really have to look for shotgun ammo like that. You could just keep going. Also, reason for my this loadout is that what I learned, guys, is that apparently in Titanfall, which is how Apex handles most of the abilities in the game, they're actually basing most of the abilities off a unique thing in Titanfall. And there was a soldier class known as the Amped Cover Soldier class that everybody would always end up pairing a LMG loadout with. Mostly the Spitfire.
Spitfire here.
But the reason why that loadout is so broken in Titanfall, but maybe not as good in Apex, is because what I learned is that in Titanfall, all the players have white health. All of your soldiers have white health. There's no armor system. There's no like uneven basic thing with enemies having more health than you. No, we all have the same health. We all have the same white health in Titanfall. I haven't played Titanfall multiplayer, but I've heard horror stories. And apparently, if you were somebody who ran amped cover with the fucking Spitfire, that meant you were there to ruin somebody's day. Now, I'm here to ruin somebody's day with the damn thermite charged Rampage. I don't know about you, but optionally, I probably would also go for the L-Star because one of the things I learned is that one of the features that Respawn gave the L-Star when it was a care package weapon was that it actually had the bullet pass-through effect that sniper rifles have where they can collat, and apparently they never removed that feature when it came out the care package. So L-Star, you could probably get a 2-for-1 kill going with it if you set it up just right. Just saying. And also, the setup for in Titanfall, before I forget, was also LMG and a pistol of some kind. So the Mozambique, the RE45, P20s, or the hell, even the Wingman. As a matter of fact, the original loadout was Wingman and Spitfire. If you guys ever play Team Deathmatch in Mixtape, you'll actually see that the LMG setup is actually configured like how it would be if it was Titanfall. So so basically the heavy option. If you look at the heavy option, heavy is usually the LMG option.
Tossing Arcstar.
Moving on, I'm gonna go over to Loba now.
I'm
Now,
not done
from
yet.
the number one Loba himself, you want
I've sharpened my
both
claws
bracelet
with that new
upgrades.
upgrade.
Reason being is because Loba is pretty good as a skirmisher style support because of her mobility. Her mobility is her strongest thing. If you're somebody who chooses the black market upgrades, you are a loot goblin. Stop it. Stop it. Everybody has been bitching about Loba needing to throw her bracelet farther. People have been wanting this for years. For her to be able to throw her tactical farther. If you go, and here's the thing, guys. What I learned is that market expansion only increases it by a few meters. It's not. You're only gonna get like maybe 3 or 5 meters more of market range. Like, that's nothing.
Setting up shop.
Also, another thing is when it came from the number one Loba's mouth himself, what you want to do is get yourself one upgrade for your
Mama's got a
primary,
brand new
and then grab
bag.
yourself some meds. That's all you need to worry about. Grab yourself some meds, you're good. You're Gucci.
Frag out.
After that, like, you don't really need the black market perk after learning this, and the reason being why you don't want to use the other perk, which is Loba being able to take an extra. What I learned is that two people that actually have played Loba throughout the years so far, and iTemp plays, they basically had said that these are the two things they wanted for Loba, and what I think is crazy is how the number one Loba is like, guys, no. No, if you are somebody bitching about wanting more loot out of the black market, you're playing Loba wrong. That's all I'm gonna say. And even after learning how he actually loots the black market, I now see what he means. Yeah, I've been playing her wrong myself. But also, guys, here's the thing. The tack cooldown perk, with the tack cooldown perk, I learned that they actually stack with Gold Helmet, especially since Gold Helmet applies your perk in real time by itself. And with the perk, they basically just double up on each other, so... by default, the cooldown is -5 seconds, so this will add another -5.
Level 4.
So Loba will essentially get her tactical, which is by default is 25 seconds. She will get it in 15 with the gold helmet and her perk. And the best thing is, if you let the bracelet hang in midair,
Jump drive set.
if you watch carefully, you'll see her cooldown immediately starts counting down. Which is why you'll see me as a Loba main, when I try to escape a fight, I'll back out by doing something like this. Okay, we're ready for it? Watch. Slide, aim where I want to go,
Throwing jump drive.
and then keep moving in the direction. And there we go. I'm completely in a different spot where they thought I was gonna go. This deserves the Grand Theft Auto mission complete. Mission complete alert. Now on to Horizon. I've mostly been using the battery perk for years because honestly, sometimes you will actually get that rare occurrence where you just don't find batteries, or your teammates are stealing all the fucking batteries out your goddamn hands. But more importantly, guys, I would go for cat cooldown. Honestly, people have been saying Horizon needs some real nerfs. Some real perks. I would say nerf her tactical, but then give a perk that undoes the nerf. That way she actually has to work for it. Move tat cooldown into blue, and then make the undoing of the nerf a level 3 perk. What I'm thinking is nerf the height. Nerf how high she can do, like slash it in half. And then say for level 3, double it back. For crypto, I follow the rules that every last crypto main has been putting out. We want that. We want this perk. We always want to do the perk that is not his ultimate expansion upgrade. Here's the thing, guys. Ult expansion upgrade I thought was like a game changer perk, because you get to hit more enemies with it, but unfortunately, it's gonna become a thing of like, crypto not being able to enter a fight. And I've actually learned about this as well with Mad Maggie players. Mad Maggie players, they actually
Maggie's
don't
back
like
and
doing the
ready
Maggie
to
ball
rip
because
some
the
heads off.
fireball will sometimes get in the way of trying to push a fight because some Maggies need to get up close. The same thing pretty much applies to crypto with the ultimate and passive expansion. Like, they're good on paper. Like, crypto having more range on paper with his ultimate and his passive is good, but it's not as good as some people make it out to be. So back to crypto, we want that off the grid.
Breaking out of my drone. I'm good to Chua. There are no squads near us.
So people can't find you. And honestly, I've only done a successful bamboozle with it a little bit.
Install the necessary upgrade.
But another thing is you want to get crypto's drone perk. And guys, I know people are tempted to go for the ultimate scans from the satellite imagery perk, where that is a very useful. But for me, the reason why I go for hackathon still, even after the things that they did with the changes they did to these upgrades, is because crypto's drone is still going to have chances of getting shot out, and honestly, having crypto be more mobile is more important than anything, because the last thing we need is our crypto teammate going down, and you guys potentially having to go after the banner, like you have to fight for the banner. And that's like a whole about. Potentially even crafting the banner if you got a support on the team.
Out.
Oh, and finally, since we're on to, we're gonna get to Bangalore. Now, Bangalore, her perks are very dependent on whatever is in the map rotation. If you have a very open map in rotation, you want her ultimate cooldown. If you don't have a very open map, like let's say Storm Point, if you're playing on Storm Point, go for ult cooldown, man. You want to be able to zone control people and force their movements. If you're not on a very open map, if you're on a very indoorsy map like the new map E District, cat cooldown. Now, these depend on your team setup. If you have a lifeline on your team, your lifeline should have your back. There should be no need for this fucking healing smoke bullshit. Go for that cover me. If you are playing solos, believe it or not, in solos, you actually don't even need the HP regen, because that free regen from staying alive, that kicks in by default. So again, you could just do the cover me and learn where people's locations are. However, if you're not playing solos, and if you're not on, you don't have like a lifeline or any medic on the team, go for the refuge.
What's past is prologue. I start my story
Now,
anew.
Time to drop, shock, and run. Upgrade secured. No painless knocking at the door.
So you're moving a whole minute's worth of time from Bangalore. And I would imagine Gold Helmet also moves a minute from her ult as well, but I think what happens with Gold Helmet is that on ultimates, it basically slices the time in half. So Bangalore's still going to have like a long cooldown regardless. Because I've noticed you can't just instantly get your ult back with Gold Helmet. Like, I think what's happening is it just takes the current time that it has and it just slashes it in half by default. But for tactical cooldowns, it's fixed. It is a fixed cooldown timer. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to just end it there. I'm going to do a follow-up video to this on the weapons that I use with my different legends, and that one should be like a little bit shorter. I'm gonna pretty much record it immediately after this. You kind of already know my Rampart loadout, which is this, so I'll probably just show that again in the video. And yeah, after me making this video, I'm probably gonna be live on Kick. Come join me. Come join me live. Come see me play.
Going Arcstar.
Also, guys, even though I'm an even though I play Apex, Apex is not my main game. I play other games. I do play. I do want to make that very clear that I do play other games while live. I don't want to be known as the Apex guy, but Apex has been one of those games for me recently where I'm playing it a little bit more because of how enjoyable it is.
Arcstar out.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.